Hey guys, this is an update video for Yosh's Track Pack DX version 2.4. I don't really make videos like this for the updates, but this update is pretty large and has a significant amount of changes, so I did want to make an update video for this update. The first thing that I want to go over is the new tracks that I added in this update, and those are BKMR Sewer, Doge Desert, Fiery Foliage Forest, Forest Maze, Golden Poppy Coastline, Log Breeze, Plasma Hideout, Shops, Skyscraper Circuit, Troy Circuit 2013, and Waterwood by Cyrus the Yoshi. So there's two versions of Waterwood added now. The next thing that I'd like to go over is a few of the tracks that were updated, and those are Bridgie City, which was updated to version 1.1, Infernal Pipe Yard, which was updated to version 2.0, Junkyard Rubbish Dump, which was updated to Alpha 3, Marianne Desert, which was updated to Beta 1, Overgrown Temple, which was updated to version 2.1, or version 1.21, sorry, and The Great Apple War, which was updated to version 1.1. Bad Apples with 2 exclamation marks at the end. You'll notice that there was 11 new tracks added, and that's because I removed 3 tracks. And those tracks are 3DS Rosalina's Ice World, Flooded Cavern, and Miniature Medley. So that is pretty simple in terms of, those things. That's like kind of a typical update. So why did I want to make this video? Well, the one thing that I wanted to explain in this video is actually that there's now like track difficulty ranking, and you'll see at the end of the track name that there's a gold cup or gold trophy, and that means that I think the track is difficult. So if you're like a noob player, then you don't choose those tracks. So maybe don't play those ones with like your mother or something. The other thing is that these tracks are at the end of the track list now, and if you choose the alphabetical option, then they'll go back to normal alphabetical order. So you can either have them all at the end, or you can have them be in regular alphabetical order. I just thought I would use that feature in Pulsar a little bit and do something kind of fun like this, especially since some of the courses in this mod are pretty difficult. Now, that in itself, I sort of believe warranted making a little bit of an update video, but there's actually a lot more that was changed in this update. So now I'm gonna switch over to my other like script text file I have and read to you guys all of the new changes in there. So the first thing that is the most major change maybe is that instead of WeMFi now, we're using WeLink WFC. And the reason I made this change is because WeMFi hasn't been working very well recently. I don't know if you guys have experienced it, but it isn't working very well. So I'm switching to WeLink WFC to see how it works. It seems to work a lot better. So we'll be using this since this mod isn't huge or anything. I figured it's an okay change. So I talked to some of the people that work on Market Week for WeLink, and we're switching to that. Two things that come with this is that Host Always Wins Vote doesn't work on WeLink WFC, so I straight up removed Host Always Wins Vote for friend rooms. I don't think that really mattered anyways. We have pretty small friend rooms, so we can more or less just set it to make everybody choose us one track if we really want to, so that's fine. And then also, both CTWW and Nintendo tracks are still supported, and you'll understand why I say this in a minute, is because there's even more changes. The next change is that I removed the no disconnect code from Pulsar. The reason I removed it is because I feel like sometimes people just want to disconnect and stop moving, and so I just removed no disconnect, because why would you just want to sit there doing nothing? You'll just join back. I kind of get it's a little bit useful, but I think it makes more sense just to have disconnect in, so you can disconnect. Another option I added is what I call race finish options. And basically what that means is that when the race is over, you can choose between if you want to see the times that people got when they finished, or if you want to see their names. It will automatically be set to names, but you can go to the settings or the options and change it to see their times if you want, which is how it typically is in base Pulsar. One of the bigger changes I added is that you can brake drift in 150cc now, and because of this you can also start drifting at about 40 kilometers per hour. So if you're anywhere below 40 kilometers per hour, your drift will stop, but if it's 40 kilometers, around 140 kilometers per hour or above, then you should still be able to drift while you brake. And this is disabled in normal worldwides, so you don't have to worry about that. Normal worldwides, any changes I made to the base game aren't present. There's also all items can land, which shouldn't be present in normal worldwides, although actually I'm not entirely certain, but I don't think it is. So if you get hit and you have a bullet bill, for example, it will fall on the ground and you can pick it up. And speaking of the bullet bills, I increased the speed of the bullet bill by just a little bit, by about 5% I believe. So it normally is 145 kilometers per hour in Mario Kart Wii, and now it's 152 kilometers per hour. This is just an experimental change that I made for fun, so if everybody hates it for whatever reason, I can change it back, I guess. Or I can make it faster. You know, I kind of stopped caring about Yoshi's Track Pack DX, I just am having fun with it at this point. I also removed draggable blue shells for multiple reasons, and also I figured, like, who cares about dragging the blue shells behind you? There is, like, technically sort of a reason, but most of the time people are just going to throw blue shell immediately, so I don't think it really matters. If people demand for it, I can bring it back, but I don't really expect that to happen, so I'm not really concerned. And then one of the last changes that I made is that I disabled Pulsar's title screen and menu BRSTM feature for now, because it causes issue with a lot of other music in the game, and I don't think it's just me, I think it's just kind of a wonky feature. I think it's easier to remove it for now, and I'm not really sure if many people care about using the title screen and menu BRSTMs, because most people that have them modified have already done it in their BRSAR files by now. If it gets fixed, then I'll add it back, but I think it's broken right now, so I'm removing it because it solved my issues, and it's just gonna be like that. And then there's one little change that I made, one last thing I suppose I should say, and that's that I do actually have custom options music. So when you're in, like, the options menu where you can see, like, your setting, or your times, I guess, or your rankings, I guess is what they are, really. And change your me is what everybody does. Nobody looks at the rankings or whatever, stats, really. There's custom BRSTM for there just for the fun of it. That's about it for this update. I know that's a lot of stuff, but it is a pretty big update, and I hope that we can play it at least a little bit. It will be interesting, to say the least, since I made so many changes. I know this video is a little bit well, it's mostly unscripted, just besides some notes that I had myself write down, so I'm sorry if it's a little bit weird pacing-wise, but yeah. Thanks for playing this mod, and thanks for watching the video, and if you download the new version, I hope you enjoy it, so thank you.